Here on Moon is a novel of betrayal, divorce, and recovery. It's the story of a woman who loses love, then struggles to adapt to a life of a single parent and to dating once again. A story of perseverance and newfound spirit. The two naked wet people stood and stared at the one naked dry person, no one covering up, just staring. Carol had come back from the convention almost 24 hours early, heard the shower going, took off her clothes and walked in to see her husband, Ken, and her neighbor, Suki, washing each other. She ran back to her clothes, dressed as she stumbled down the hallway, grabbed her keys and purse, briefcase and overnight case where she had left them in the living room. Carol threw the things in her car and drove, just drove, then pulled into a well-lit, large parking lot of a cafeteria-style restaurant and just sat there. She shook her head, shook it like water in her ears, blinked, sat there. A middle-aged couple pulled into the lot. Their car was facing hers, and they stared at her as they got out. Carol knew she must have seemed a little nuts, sitting in a car, mumbling, shaking her head. "Oh well," she said, as though someone dropped an unloved teacup. "Don't care about the teacup, just gotta clean it up." She was surprised and relieved to find no one there when she returned. Carol and Ralph sat awkwardly in the cool air, the sun setting, both holding mugs of hot coffee. After a few minutes, Carol said, "Well, you scheduled this meeting. What's the agenda?" "Have you been to the old city of Quebec?" "No, I don't even know about it." "It's wonderful. May I take you there?" "Take me to Quebec? Do you want some more coffee?" she said. "Does that mean no, or I need some time to think about it?" "I need some time to..." Or, of course, it could mean, "I don't want to go any further with this relationship," or "I don't find you physically attractive," or "No, neither one, Ralph. It doesn't. It's me. It's about scrambled me." He thought, "Call me again when you're unscrambled," but said nothing, just looked at her. Carol went to the kitchen. She returned with a coffee pot and some sugar and oatmeal raisin cookies. Ralph took one of each while Carol refilled his cup. "Delicious." "Thank you." "Homemade." "My compliments." "Thank you again." They continued to sit in the deepening twilight. Ralph wanted her to say yes, to explore Quebec with him, to be naked with him in a lovely room and a bed and breakfast. Carol heard voices, Trudy's the loudest, asking her exactly what her problem was. "Here's this nice guy. He wants to be with you and you're doing this mental case thing? Shape up, woman." Moments passed. Ralph Donald said nothing. Carol DeGee said nothing. Cookies and coffee disappeared. Distant sounds, parents calling, a car starting, barking dogs. Here on Moon, A Story of Bad, Solomon the Accountant. 3 novels by Edward M. Krauss. Order them from your favorite bookstore or online.